Good morning, Greencastle Christian Church. My name is Paul Davis, and you're wondering, who are you? Let me fill in some gaps real quick, okay? First of all, if you take Highway 40 right outside of your town and take that all the way to Indianapolis, you're gonna pass through a town called Belleville, Indiana. That's where I'm from. I graduated from Cascade High School in 1993. We used to play you guys every year in basketball. I loved your gym. It was the best dunking gym in the whole area, for sure. Also, Anisha and I, we went to college together at Lincoln Christian College way back in the day. We were both much wiser today because of that, I believe. And then also, I see you guys work with Michael and Mitchell Trusty, which is kind of cool. I remember a long time ago, Mitchell and maybe Michael, I can't remember, but Mitchell and my twin brother and I, we used to run the courts there in Plainfield, Brownsburg, Avon, playing basketball, hooping it up. It was always a blast. And so I'm a guy just like you guys for the most part. I happen to live in Puerto Cortez, Honduras. I live here with my wife, Jessica. We've been married for 20 years next week. I gotta get on that, right? But anyway, anything good that happens down here is because of God and because of her. She is pretty phenomenal, okay? We have 4 daughters, Michaela, Madeline, McKenna, and Milena, and yes, that is because of my wife. She likes those that organization, right? But we live in Puerto Cortez, Honduras. If you ever look at a map, you'll see that Belize and Guatemala kind of come down like this, and Honduras connects, and there's this bay area right here. That is where we live, okay? It's a beautiful Caribbean area, but it is so broken. There's so much corruption and violence and hurt here, and this is where God has chosen to send us. We lived in Guatemala first, now we're here in Honduras. Total of about 7 years, and that's what we do. What do we do here? Great question. So we are a justice type of ministry. There's, gosh, dozens and hundreds of different kinds of ministries, right? You guys have a bunch at your church. We've chosen to do justice ministry, or at least that's what we call it. And the world is a super broken place. Honduras is nuts. It's like the Wild West, modern day Wild West. There is so much corruption, so much violence, so much brokenness in this country that the problems just abound. And so we have chosen to plant our flag here, and we work with families, we work in education, we work in so many different things, trying to give people a glimpse of what God's justice might look like in their life and in their daily living. It's a pretty crazy scenario. I don't have a lot of time to get into that in this video, but just know that's kind of what we're about. Recently, we have gone through a pretty crazy scenario here in Honduras. We've gone through all the COVID stuff, just like what you guys have done. It has destroyed this economy, destroyed this country. This is a very poor country. It's the second poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Many of the people live on what they make daily, and so when the government comes in and says, no, you can't leave your house, it destroys a lot of families. We are seeing so much damage on the family level, on the economic level. Violence has risen exponentially. Honduras is considered one of the murder capitals of the world. We live really close to the #1 murder capital city in the world, San Pedro Sula. A lot of people die around here. This place is absolutely nuts. And then on top of that, we had Hurricane Eta and Hurricane Iota, both Category 5 hurricanes, come through our country and just devastate it. And so people are reeling here. It is pretty nuts. And so we've been doing a lot of feeding of people, a lot of just getting in and getting our hands dirty, providing at least another day's worth of food for people. We're gonna begin some construction stuff. We're gonna begin house cleaning, which I know sounds super weird, but man, with all the mud and water and just rot from the hurricanes, it's a great tangible way that we can connect with a lot of our different neighbors down here. And so we're busy. Anything you guys can do to help is super fantastic. I always tell people, you know, we do this kind of crazy stuff down here, but a lot of you guys are hanging out on the fringe, ready to jump in and help out whenever it's needed, and apparently it's needed. And so without knowing you, we love you, and we're thankful for the kind of hearts you guys have and the heart that your church has. So thank you mucho, and we'll talk to you soon.